Hi guys, we are Scott and Phoebe, and this is our 2017 long wheelbase Volkswagen Crafter Sassy. Join us as we convert her into our dream home on wheels.
Talk and rustle at the same time.
Oh no. But I can eat and rustle at the same time.
Eat and rustle, yeah. So, Scott.
Yes, baby.
Why do you want to do van life?
Because I love skiing.
Because you love skiing.
Because I've always wanted to.
How long have you skied for, Scott?
Since I was 1.5.
What?
As soon as I could walk, I was on skis.
Were you actually?
Yeah, there's a photo of us in Austria.
As soon as I could walk, I fell down.
Well, I was on skis at 1.5, walking around the hotel room with them on. The boots are wearing. Oh, I might need new boots soon.
It's fine, I need to go.
Lick my toe.
Go boot shopping. I can't remember what we said the first time we recorded this.
What was that? Hello. Anybody there?
Okay. Achieving the dream and where it all began. I'm going to read you a story that Scott wrote. A dream that started years ago. Scott coming from a ski field.
Here comes Mum waddling through with her flower pot.
He has been beckoned to carry something.
Okay. It's supposed to have the camera off. Oh, I read it to remember what I wanted to say.
So, me and Scott met over 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
It was less than 3 years last time we recorded this.
It's been
More
a
than 3
while.
years. We met on your birthday.
Yeah, on a plane.
Your
Amsterdam.
19th
My
birthday.
19th.
We met on a
plane.
plane to Amsterdam for college because we'd been in the same college course for 2 years and hadn't met. We were in different classes, so then we had a big college trip to Amsterdam and all the seats were in alphabetical order, so we should have sat next to each other on the aeroplane.
Yeah, but my friend from school gets travel sick.
Who was Scott's friend from school, who was my best friend at college, asked if he would swap seats with her so that she could sit next to the window because it makes her feel better, and it also meant she was next to me. So he swapped, and then we never got to sit next to each other. That's how we met,
Yeah,
or didn't meet.
a big party.
And then went to Amsterdam for 3 days and don't really remember any of it.
I do. It was very,
I don't, because I was drunk.
very sideways.
No, it was good because we had a big night out. The hostel was good, and then there was like a club in
underneath, which was
because
weird.
yeah,
It was
but
so
we
weird
were like
'cause
the
it was
only ones
empty.
there. But yeah, we were the only ones there, so we got to play our own music. But we just Bluetoothed our own music, and there was like poles and stuff.
Yeah, there were stripper poles.
Yeah.
They were the only ones there.
But then they had, because it was a hostel, there was like huge tables. So one night we turned one of them into like beer pong, but not beer pong. What's it called?
Stuck up.
Stat Cup, which is a drinking game. It's fun, but that's how we met. Really, was playing Stat Cup.
Yeah.
But we met on the airplane. So yeah, we met 3 years ago, and because Scott was dead set, he was like, I'm doing winter season in France in late 2018.
Well, it was 6 months from then.
Yeah. But you were like, also we'd both just come out of relationships, pretty much. Well, not pretty much, but like within the past few months.
Yeah.
So we were both like, no, we don't want a relationship because Scott's going away and it's just going to be complicated, not worth it.
Here we are.
Fast forward 3 months.
Yeah.
You went on holiday. By the time you came back, realised that actually maybe you did love me.
Maybe a little bit.
And then we were like, you know what? Let's just see what happens when you go to France.
Yeah.
And we managed 5 months.
The first time, and I
then
had
the
a
next
ball.
yeah, you had a
Stop
ball.
chatting over me all the time.
Okay, you had a ball.
It was great. It was a lot of fun, and confirmed that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Was ski and just travel and make that possible.
Yeah.
No matter how I have to make money.
And I went to uni in the meantime.
Yeah.
And then
Did the boring stuff.
I enjoy it. And then you came back
skiing.
from France in April, and we had like 6 months together.
Yeah.
7 months.
Where I worked all the time to be able to afford to go
To France
back
again. And then you went to France, but then it got cut short because of COVID.
Yeah, COVID happened, and I had to flee from France before all the borders closed and get home, which I managed to do.
But you
luckily.
heard on the way back to the border.
Yeah, we were driving through France on the Tuesday, and we left earlier than a lot of people because we were like, let's just get out of here before it gets too bad. And as we were driving through France, we got a text from some of our housemates at the chalet saying they were closing the border at midnight and they were all in a bit of a panic to leave.
But you were already halfway
but
there.
I was already halfway there, and we had our ferries booked because there were so many people trying to leave that the Channel Tunnel website didn't even work.
Yeah. But then, okay, so you came back a month early, so you had 4 months in France, and then we had 3 months of lockdown,
Yeah.
so that was 7 months apart again, and then it completely flipped,
Yeah.
and you came and lived with me
For the last 9
months
at your house.
at my
And
house
we've
with
just
my
recently
family.
moved back to my family home to finish the van.
You've wanted to live in a van since you were how old, Scott?
About 14, this was the plan. But obviously, getting a van this big and converting it when you're like 17 and just passed your driving test is not very feasible. It's not possible, but I also wanted to do a bit of chalets, like live in chalets and live with some other people for a while first, make some friends and make some good connections out in the Alps.
And the plan was always to do it by yourself and be solo van lifing.
Yeah, because not many people were like very keen to like, oh yeah, start a relationship and just, I'm living in a van, and that's your choice if you want to join me or not.
Okay, but then you met me and you went, okay, that's fine, nice to meet you, but just to let you know, I'm going on winter seasons and I won't be here for half the year for the next couple of years, and then I'm going to live in a van and travel. And I was like, okay, I'm coming.
Well, the year that we met, like, we both went on like 6 trips abroad, because
Yeah.
we
We
that's
like
where all our money
travelling.
goes to, was
Well, that's where all money
holidays.
went to.
Was holidays, but now it's all going into this, and well, obviously COVID, so it's not actually meaning that we are not going on trips because of putting all our money in this. It's just
'Cause
what
we
we'd be
can't.
doing anyway.
But
Like,
for ages, once you met me, I was like, yeah, I'll live in a van. But for ages, it was still going to be your van.
yeah, well,
Because we were
it
still,
was a lot of money
we were
as
like
well.
a new relationship, and you never know what if things are gonna work out.
Yeah.
But then I think because we lived together for 5 months or something,
Yeah.
and then you were like, oh, I found this van that's 21 grand, and I was like, yep, I'll put in 6 grand.
Yeah, we took a little loan so that we could own it, but with 0% interest, and we're just paying that back because we wanted a newer van. But if we did like hire purchase or PCP or paying it off
And we couldn't convert.
from the company that you buy it from, then we wouldn't be allowed to convert it or do any modifications.
Wait till they've gone. We're gonna wait till they.
Dum, 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 dum. Sauce is quite a lot louder than our one.
An older van.
Only by a year. We wouldn't have been able to modify the vehicle in any way if we'd been paying it off And we didn't want to wait, say, another year to purchase the van and then get started on the conversion, because then it'd be another year before we'd be in it. So we decided to take a very grateful because we managed to get a loan from my parents.
Which we're paying
back everything every month.
We're paying back it monthly, as if it was like a real loan.
Which it is a real loan.
Yeah, but
but it meant that we could get started and that we owned the van, so that we can modify it and get started with our conversion straight away, rather than having to wait another year and then have to put up with this for another year.
Yeah.
But
we just want to travel.
Hopefully in by Christmas. It's May now.
We want to move in by Christmas because then we don't have to decide where to go for Christmas.
Yeah.
This year we didn't have a choice because Scott was living at mine, and then your family at the time were self-isolating because Rachel had been tracked and traced.
Yeah, but also it was the rules we were gonna be allowed, and then the rules got tightened up, and it just made it not worth it. And then my sister had to self-isolate anyway, which meant they all had to, even though my sister hadn't got COVID. It's just she had been in contact with somebody who had COVID, so
then we spent Christmas at my house.
Yeah.
Hopefully this year we'll be in the van.
Yeah, with our own bird of some sort.
Bird.
And roasted, because turkey's dry.
Yeah, I don't want turkey. We could do duck. A whole duck between two people.
I was more thinking like a chicken and a goose.
And the goose.
Yeah.
We could do Christmas dinner at ours and both families could come round to the van.
I can't be asked with them.
Anyway, we're aiming for Christmas. To have the van done. And then I finish uni next June, July.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of weddings in July, that one of which is in Romania, so that might be our first big trip.
Yeah, because we might have turned that like into a bit of a holiday where we can just drive through Europe, get a bit of a trip through there, and then
we have to come back in time for the next wedding.
Well, come back so I can work, really.
Yeah.
And the next wedding as well.
And then November 2022, we're going. We're going skiing.
We'll be going somewhere in the Alps, slightly undecided. Might go back to Marzine where I did my seasons for the first season because it's familiar and I got some contacts for getting a job there. But we might go to Austria or somewhere else, we're not sure yet. But with the new Brexit rules, we're going to have to look into that, and it might be we do part of our season in one place and then part of our season somewhere else.
Yeah, we're hoping
that's exempt from the 90-day rule.
We're hoping to get remote jobs.
Yeah.
But if we go back to Morazine, or if we go to that place in Austria,
I should be able to get some work at least.
Yeah, because
probably will.
You've got contacts.
As well.
You've got contacts.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on my photography and graphic design at uni, obviously, so hopefully I can get some stuff doing that. So our plans for the van are to fully kit it out so it can be off-grid.
Yeah, we want to be able to be fully self-sustained, apart from obviously topping up water, gas and food for the most part, and not have to go to campsites for electrics. And yeah.
So we're going to have hopefully 550 watts of solar.
If we don't, it'll be 450 watts. It all depends on if we can get the awning to work with the roof rack we're going to have.
No, we'll get that to work. I meant for them coming into stock.
Oh yeah. There's just a little bit of a stocking issue.
We are having a bed, a shower, a kitchen, a living room, a toilet, a house,
And a mat.
a garage.
We're having a fixed bed because I know I'm way too lazy to ever use levers underneath the bed if it's there. I would never use it. I would just leave it as a bed all the time.
Yeah. So we're having a fixed bed, but also so we can have ski storage underneath.
Yeah, we'll have our ski storage, water, gas, electrics, all underneath our bed
Here.
in this area.
And then we'll have cupboards down this side. And then we'll have a shower at this side at the end of the bed. Full height so we can
Yeah,
dance.
just like a wet room. With
And then a portable toilet in it,
Yeah.
so that we don't have to poop in front of each other.
Everyone's driving about today. And then we'll have our kitchen on this side. That'll go past the opening of the door.
And we're gonna have an oven and a hob.
Yeah, like one of the combination ones. Hopefully we'll get one with 3 hobs because then that gives us a bit more options.
We like cooking, so we need a kitchen. And then on this side, like past the shower, we're having like a bench sofa thing that might fold out into a spare bed. Should fold out into a spare bed.
We'll figure that out.
And then
later.
the seats at the front will be swivel seats, so that we can open the space a bit.
Yeah.
Have people around. Party central. So how long do we plan to travel for?
An unknown, unspecified amount of time.
Okay. Where do we want to go? Other than skiing.
So, originally it was mainly going to be, in my head it was going to be Europe and some maybe of Africa. But with the Brexit, it obviously changed plans a bit. If we can work remotely and travel and make money on the road, that's great, but ideally we'd probably like to stay with just travel visas if it's possible. We'll have a bit of savings to get us started before we leave, so that we can live off of that, but hopefully we'll travel a bit in Europe, in the Alps, and then we'll maybe have to leave and go into Asia or Africa for a while just to follow all the rules, because we don't want to overstay, because then it's going to be hard to get back in to these countries in the future, and we don't want that either.
So
everywhere.
What's the top of your list? Like, if I said we have an unlimited amount of money, we could go anywhere with the van, what would you pick first?
Norway.
Norway.
I'd love to go to Norway and drive around the fjords and go up to the north and see all the northern lights and go hiking.
We want to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
You've been before.
I've been before when I was 16 and did a road trip, but I'd quite like to go for a little bit longer and be able to drive right around the island, as we could only go so far.
Thingy movies.
Is that Brian? He's also doing a van across the road.
Across the road.
And
you should go give him that sound out.
Yeah, it's over there. I'll go give him the same side. But like the Nordic countries, because they're cold, but they also pretty cool in the summer. But I'd quite like to go into Africa for a while.
We want to go to the Faroe Islands.
That's quite a hard one to get to.
Yeah, but if we go to Norway and Denmark and all that, we can just get a ferry across.
It's not quite as simple as that, but yeah. One sec.
I've got family in Romania, so we will go there.